This is a report on the Inclusive Campus Signs project, creating classroom signs that everyone at APU would find easy to spot and understand. The goal of this project is to stop students from getting lost trying to find their F-building classrooms. I will explain why students, especially new students, get lost. First, the entrance area. This is the entrance to the first floor of the building, where students often enter and exit. But the small floor map is in an inconspicuous place and most people do not notice it. Also, with no signage near the entrance, new students wander around this area during the orientation period. This is the second floor entrance with the same situation. This is the first floor junction. There is no indication of what is to the right, left, back, or front. This is the second floor junction with the same condition. Signs indicating classroom numbers are located by each classroom, but as you can see, the signs are small and not visible from a distance. In addition, the doors open outward for large classrooms, and the doors are often left open, hiding the signs. Classroom signs in the small classrooms have the same small sign, and the hallways where the small classrooms are located have pillars that make it difficult to see the signs. Thus, the motivation for applying for the project was to somehow improve the long-standing problem of no signage and no visibility, and the challenge new students faced finding classrooms. If we were going to create new signage, we wanted to incorporate the opinions of this diverse APU community to create signs that many people would find easy to see and easy to understand. The initiative took these 5 steps. We will introduce them one by one. First of all, we invited Sayuri Yamada, an expert in inclusive design, for a public workshop via Zoom to deepen our understanding of how to create by including opinions of various people. She explained the concept and basics of inclusive design using real-life examples. We learned that inclusive design is a method of design development that involves lead users who have overcome difficulties in using objects and facilities through their own ingenuity and constructively share their perspectives. We learned about the difficulty of identifying lead users and the depth of the specialized techniques required to manage a workshop, and we wondered how we could incorporate the essence of these techniques into this project. Members of this project contemplated on this, and we concluded that it was difficult to use the inclusive design method this time because of the limited time available. However, we decided to use a format that would allow us to gather many perspectives, insights, and opinions, and to create something that would be acceptable to the members of the APU community. Next, we gathered students, faculty, and staff together to actually walk around and look at the F building, and had an opportunity to share our observations about the current situation and our respective perspectives on easy-to-see features. 20 people, comprised of 14 students, 1 faculty member, and 5 staff members, gathered in groups of 4 or 5 to walk around the F building, share their insights and perspectives. And then each group came up with a plan for improvement and presented their ideas. Those who were unable to attend were also asked for their opinions on the signage creation through a questionnaire. Many insights were gained from this workshop. Firstly, we sincerely reflected on this issue again after hearing firsthand how students get lost or confused trying to navigate the building. We also gained new perspectives from various users such as the location of the restrooms and AEDs should be readily apparent. We also checked where the signage should be located to make it easier to see for wheelchair users and short or tall people. The name of the building is not written on the building, so first-time visitors cannot find it. And it is difficult to tell the difference between the second floor of the F building and the F2 building. And it is difficult to understand the number name and the order of the classrooms. We also received some new ideas to address these problems, such as give each classroom a city theme. For example, name the classroom Paris, Tokyo, Beppu, Dhaka, etc., and attach a design to the door, or add QR codes and digital maps. This meeting was not only a great opportunity to hear a variety of opinions directly from diverse members, but it was also a good opportunity for students, faculty, and staff to express their opinions and discuss issues in an open manner and to feel a sense of unity and positivity that all members were contributing to the campus community. We shared the ideas and opinions of all the participants with a contractor who is an APU alumnus and asked him to create a draft design. The APU community then voted on the font, color coding, and sign colors and signage draft. At the same time, we asked for feedback on the draft. Regarding fonts, the Gothic style A received the most votes. We also asked whether it is better to separate the colors of the signs, and if so, whether it is better to separate them by area or by floor. By a slight margin, many people said they would prefer separate colors for each area. As for the color scheme to be used for the sign, is it a soothing color, bright colors, background and text that stands out? The results show that more than half of the respondents preferred calm colors. We gathered as many perspectives, insights, and opinions as possible and picked up their voices, and selected those that are acceptable to the APU community. Based on this policy, we decided to make the following changes based on the votes and opinions. We chose a Gothic font, which received many votes, and decided to purchase and introduce a Gothic-style universal font in response to requests for wider spacing between letters and universal design. The color scheme for each area was divided into the large classroom side and the small classroom side, and the color navy, which was requested by many participants, was chosen to provide an easy-to-understand and calm contrast to the school color of crimson. Based on the opinions expressed at the workshop, we decided that a prominent map of the building and floor should be placed near the entrance and in the atrium on the first floor, where many people congregate. We decided to install as many signs as possible at the branches and display them in large letters above the bulletin boards. Signs should also clearly indicate the locations of AEDs, restrooms, and wheelchair toilets. We also decided to put the letter F, representing the building itself, on the outside of the door of the fountainside entrance, where there are many people who enter and exit. Next, let's talk about the actual sign installation. Here are the locations of the signs. There are 2 floor maps on the first floor and 1 each on the second and third floors. At the junctions, large signs using the entire surface of the columns were installed in 8 locations, and wall-mounted plate signs in 6 locations. Magnetic signs were attached to the classroom doors in all 40 classrooms. Let's take a look at the before and after pictures. This is the area just inside the entrance. The branch side is on the pillar in front of the entrance. On the left side of the entrance, a branch guide is placed in a visible size, and a floor map is placed on the right side. The reason we did not put a floor map directly in front of the entrance was to prevent people from staying at the entrance. Based on students' opinions, the floor map was placed in the atrium, where there is a lot of traffic. The classroom signs on the left and right, and the branch signs on the second floor are large signs attached to the pillars so that they can be seen easily. This is the south side entrance on the first floor. The floor map of the building is located at the entrance. The color-coded signs showing the large and small classrooms are also visible. This is the entrance to the second floor. As on the first floor, the branching sign on the pillar in front of the entrance and the branching information beyond it are also visible. These are the second and third floors. A large floor map is prominently displayed in the area by the stairs and elevator. This is a branch. It is color-coded with signs for large and small classrooms. A sign was also added at the top of the stairs extending from the atrium on the first floor. The classrooms on the left and right can be recognized at a glance by the large sign. Go to the right of this area, and you will see we have also indicated where the classrooms are located, even if you come to that space on the stairs from the other side. This is the letter F attached to the exterior door of Building F. Even if a tall person passes through, he or she will not be covered by the sign. These are the classroom number signs attached to the large classroom door. They are now clearly visible from a distance. Signs are attached to both the front and the back so that the signs are visible when the door is closed or open. Classroom number signs of the same size were also added to the doors of the small classrooms. These are the photos after installation. To verify the effectiveness, we observed the flow of people during orientation. The F sign has been placed on the outside door of the fountain side entrance, where many students enter and exit, and we no longer see new students wondering where the F building is. Also, new students no longer frequently ask where their classrooms are. Some new students were looking for their classrooms by looking at the floor map we have set up. From April 8th, when the spring semester began, poster presentations of this project were held in the atrium. At the same time, we also conducted a feedback survey on this new sign, and a total of 165 people responded. Have the signs made it easier to get to the desired classroom? This was the answer we were most concerned about, and with the exception of 3, all other respondents answered that it was easier to see. As a project, I think we have achieved our goal. To help us in future campus development, we asked questions such as whether the color coding was useful, whether the font, size of letters and numbers were easy to read, and whether the location and content of the floor map were appropriate. The answers to all questions were largely positive. We also received feedback, including that we should implement the signs in other buildings as well, especially in Building D, that it has become easier to find the classroom locations, and that the building seems brighter. All feedback gathered from this project, including the survey, will be shared with the administration office for future reference. This concludes the project. We are very happy to have created signs that everyone says is easy to read. We would like to sincerely thank everyone in the APU community who was involved in the project. Thank you very much. Finally, we would like to share with you one thing we have learned from this project. Let's use Universal Design UD fonts. Thank you very much for your attention.